Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. I'm Nick. Today I'm talking about a box set that has great music in it, but it might be one of the worst constructed box sets out there. There's a bunch of links down below. There's links for the Vinyl Den Facebook group, for the merch page, for the Spotify and Apple Music playlist I put together every week, and the Patreon page. So make sure you check all that out. Like always, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new episodes. So the box set I'm going to talk about today is this box set by Rise Against. This came out back in 2018. If you're unfamiliar with the band, they have been around since the early part of the 2000s. They've released 9 studio albums. 8 of them are included in this box set. Their latest album, which came out in 2021, called No Regeneration, is not included in this one. So I've gotten more into the band over the last probably year and a half. And I wanted to go back through and buy all their albums. But as I started buying, I bought a couple of them. And what I kind of quickly found out is a lot of their albums have been out of print for quite a while now. And they're kind of hard to get. Some of them run quite a bit if you go on like Discogs or eBay to buy them. So I saw they had this box set. And right away I was like, oh, cool, that's a great way to go. I can get most of their discography, for a pretty cheap price. It was like 8 albums in here. And like I said, it was like $250 to $300, depending on where you got it on Amazon, or if you go on like Udiscover Music or one of those other websites. You can get it, the price kind of creeped up there for a while. I think it was closer to $200 when I first started looking at it. And then I was able to finally grab it for a good deal. So I'm going to kind of go over, like I said, it's a good box set. The music sounds good in here, but it's got to be the worst constructed box set I've ever bought. So when this box set came out back in 2018, there's 2 different versions of it. There's a black version and a clear version. I really didn't care which one I got. I just wanted to have these albums. Like I said, several of their albums, if you want to buy it individually, they're pushing closer to $100. So I was like, if I can get the whole box set for, around $200, $225, I think it would be a really good deal. That's about what I ended up paying for it. I had a coupon from, I think it was Udiscover Music. I was able to get a pretty good deal on it. So as far as like the box, with the way it looks, like the artwork looks really cool on there. You get that's the Rise Against logo on there. And on the back side of it, you get the heart there, and it does say Rise on both sides of the box. So like I said, the artwork on the box looks really cool. This is what I don't like about this. So this box set, unlike typical other box sets that have like a slipcase that pulls off, this, you pull this book out, and these all the albums are bound in this thing like a book. If you open up the front of it, it's kind of cool. It's got a booklet that comes along with it. Like I said, it's all bound in there the same. Kind of goes through. I think there's like 25 or so pages to that. And then you go through, and each album is in this. Like I said, you can kind of flip through it like a book. They're all bound in here. So if you want to listen to, say, Siren Song of the Counterculture, you've got to pull this whole box set out every time you want to listen to just that one album. You can I'll kind of flip through here real quick. I mean, the music on here sounds fantastic. I did get the clear version of it. It's just, the way that they decided to put this together. It's big. This thing is heavy. It's cumbersome. And every time you want to pull out and listen to an album, you've got to pull this whole box out. And like I said, the artwork on the book itself is pretty cool. Because like I said, it says, like I showed you, it says Rise on the spine of the box. And then it says Against on there. So I'll show you both sides of it look exactly the same. But if you say you want to listen to, Wolves, which is the last album that's in this box, you got to pull the whole thing out just to listen to that one album. And I think that, the weight of this, you're going to eventually cause wear and damage unnecessarily to the box and the book. I get that they're trying to do something a little bit different with the box set, and it is. Like I said, I don't know off the top of my head of another box set that's constructed quite that same way. If they ever do end up reissuing that box set, I'd like to see them do something a little bit different. This is the MXPX box. This came out in 2021, 2022. I think it was 2021 when this came out. That's a full discography box set from the band. And, while it could still kind of look the same as that Rise Against box set, this is what I'd like to see them do, where it's got a pull-off top. You can still do all the artwork the same way inside, but you could have a slot where the individual albums can come out of it. And I bought quite a few box sets over the years, especially over the last probably 5 years. I bought, a dozen or more box sets. And all of them kind of have that same kind of similar style to it. This is the first one where I bought where, it just, the first time you open it, you think to yourself, man, this is really kind of cool. Until you start thinking about it, man, if I want to listen to one album, that's a lot of, it's heavy. And when I got this pulled out, I guess I'll show you one of the albums. So this is Appeal to Reason. Probably one of their better albums. And like I said, I got the clear version because that was what was on sale. Just like I said, it sounds great. All the albums are flawless. It's just the way they constructed that box. I guess I'll show you this also. Let me put this album back real quick, and I'll show you another issue that I have with this box set. It might be kind of hard to see on camera here, but if you've got this box just sitting here, the albums don't sit flush on the bottom of the box. So even if you have this sitting out, you're putting weight on the spine of the albums because they're sagging in the book itself. So that's why I said it's you're going to have undue wear and damage over time to these albums just because of the way they constructed this box set. I didn't realize it when I bought this thing that there were so many bad reviews on this box set because of the way it's constructed. A lot of people have had issues with it. A lot of people struggle pulling this thing in and out, especially if you've got this up on because a lot of people keep their box sets up on the top shelf of their storage unit because of how big they are. So you've got to pull this thing down every single time you want to just listen to one album. And that's why I said it's got to be one of the most poorly constructed box sets I've seen. And that's kind of the interesting thing is over the last several years, as box sets and expanded editions have become more and more popular, I'm glad to see that you're not seeing this trend of these really odd construction designs being released. Box sets are typically pretty standard. That's why I said if they would have done something a little more traditional with this box set, I'd have a completely different opinion of it. I know what some of you might be thinking out there. Hey, you don't listen to the artwork or you don't listen to the construction of the box. You listen to the music, and you're 100% correct. The albums themselves sound great. They look cool. I'll say that, if and when they do reissue their albums, because of the design of this box set, I'll probably buy the albums individually and end up selling this box set just because, like I said, it's really kind of hard. It's kind of a pain to pull this thing out every single time you want to listen to something. But I guess too many people aren't that upset about it because, whenever I see this thing, I mean, it's climbed in value over the last year or so that I've been kind of watching it on Discogs and on eBay. People are buying them. They're hard to find in stores. There's definitely a market there for it. Even though you go on Discogs and there's so many bad reviews about the way this thing is constructed, too many people must not mind because it still sells. And yeah, that might be due to the fact that some of those albums that are in that box set are pretty hard to come by. If you want to buy them all individually, it's going to cost you more than the $250 or $300 that this box set's going to run you. So even with as bad as it's designed, you're still saving money if you want to have all their albums. Well, that's all I got for today, guys. Thanks for checking the show out. Make sure you drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this box set. Do you own this? Have you thought about buying it? Are you a fan of Rise Against? Have you listened to any of their music? They're one of those bands that, over the last, 20 plus years, I think their only bad album, I shouldn't even say bad, their only album that I'm not a big fan of is Wolves. I think all their other albums are really good. I've enjoyed the music of this box set. I'm glad I have it just because I wanted to have their albums. Like I said, I'll probably buy them individually, though, whenever they do become available. But let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below. That's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.